Now, House Republicans are meeting behind closed doors to try and hammer out the details of this mega bill intended to push forward President Trump's agenda. Speaker Johnson is having a tough time right now trying to wrangle holdouts amid disagreements over proposed cuts to taxes and Medicaid. Congressional correspondent Jay O'Brien is right outside the room. He joins me now. So, Jay, what is Speaker Johnson saying about those holdouts at this hour?
Right now, the speaker is still meeting with these holdouts who have a number of policy disagreements with this massive piece of legislation that's going to be the vehicle for all of President Trump's campaign promises. What Republicans have officially named, by the way, as of today, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, taking what the president calls it, putting into legislative language. The disagreements are on Medicaid cuts. There are some hardline Republicans who say those cuts don't go far enough. And then there is a serious fight going on right now about the state and local tax deduction, what's known as SALT. There are Republicans in states like New York and California who want that deduction to be higher. There are hardline spending hawks who don't want that to be done at all. Currently, Speaker Johnson meeting behind closed doors, trying to get everyone on the same page, but ultimately he's going to try to force the issue with them. Here's a little bit of what he said earlier today.
I think everyone will say it was productive and that we are moving the ball forward. Everyone has known that the SALT issue is one of the big ones that we have to resolve. It's one of the key pieces of this equation to sort of meet the equilibrium point that everybody can be satisfied with.
So they're going to meet, they're going to try to hammer out SALT over the weekend, get everyone on the same page, like I said. But at some point, Kira, the rubber is going to meet the road. And I've already talked to leadership sources who say if they still can't get everyone on the same page by next week when the speaker wants to bring this to a vote, the message is going to be to those holdouts, do you want to be the one or the two or the three standing in the way of President Trump's agenda, Kira?
So we've seen a lot of pushback to those Medicaid cuts. In fact, you were at a major protest on the Hill the other day. Is that backlash impacting these negotiations, you think?
It's not changing the calculus with the Republicans that I talked to. And in some ways, these changes to Medicaid to get at this massive number of $2 trillion in cuts across federal spending that Republicans have authored here, they are not in any means the strongest changes to Medicaid or the most significant changes to Medicaid that some hardline Republicans had been pushing for. But what we have seen already, Kira, is while hardliners say they want even more to be done to Medicaid in this bill before it's brought to a vote next week, there are already some moderate Republicans, particularly in the Senate, who say they don't like the direction this legislation is taking Medicaid. Josh Hawley, a Senate Republican of Missouri, is chief among them. So you might see some wrangling back and forth on Medicaid, even if this legislation gets out of the House, because you can expect some changes in the Senate.
Jay O'Brien up on Capitol Hill. Jay, thanks.